like you can't search for anything. Because I was trying to look for like MAGA responses to the uh, Charlie Kirk memorial, I guess it was. It wasn't a funeral. And there's like a explore page or something. And the amount of absolutely bizarre AI cat videos that were there, and I'm talking about like millions upon millions of views, and they're like, it's like, you know, uh, watching some grotesquerie. It's like, yeah, uh, I don't know, just absolutely bizarre. But there were tons of them, and there were tons of different accounts that posted these things. But yeah.
So as long as I don't do AI slop, I'm ahead of the curve.
Yeah, well, maybe you should be doing AI slop with the amount of fucking views they get.
Wow.
Oh my god, yeah,
I have an
it's
actual
awful.
cat that I could take videos of, though. She's usually doing something screwy.
Okay, please do that. Please do that instead. I'm just like, like my jaw was like, what? It was just absolutely bizarre. These videos. But yeah. But with that, let's get to some trends, and we're gonna talk about what happened at the ice facility today. Was it today? It feels like a million
It was
years
today.
already.
No, it was today.
Yeah. Comey probably getting indicted. A couple other things. Secret Service finding this really intense, not a data center, but definitely a comm center that been used for swatting stuff. And we're going to talk about some international stuff, the drones in Europe, and Russia's continuing hybrid warfare as they test Europe's and I guess the United States resolve regarding Ukraine, and the UN, where Trump rambled for an hour, and some of the things about that, and then maybe a little fun at the end there. I don't have much for fun today, but I got one thing at least. But yeah, let's start with some trends. And if you don't know, uh, number one trend right now, Joshua John Jane, who is apparently the person who shot the immigrant folks at that ICE facility outside of Dallas. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. Obviously, the speculation is already heavy. Why not? You know, Kimmel came back with a. Did you watch that?
I didn't. I'm not a big Jimmy Kimmel fan.
Neither am I. But a couple of things. He's been on that show for 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but I did watch it. It was an extra long monologue. And while I was watching it, it went from 13 million views to 14 million views on YouTube. I'm not sure
Wow.
what it's at right now. Yeah. And he had another almost 7 million with, I think, with 30% of his normal broadcast area out, not available. So, yeah, late night is back. Trump single-handedly raising the viewership of all these late night hosts that he's trying to get rid of.
Yeah. So the Huntington's disease thing is pretty cool because apparently they've treated it for the first time. So that's a weird bit of good news in our world. So in the UK, there was a gene therapy that successfully treated the disease.
So, what exactly is Huntington's disease?
Well, I'm glad that you asked, and I have the answer right here. Hang on a sec.
Boom. Hell yeah.
Um, so, la la la. So it runs through family. So it's a genetic illness that relentlessly kills brain cells and resembles a combination of dementia, Parkinson's, and motor neuron disease.
Okay. Okay. So, that this isn't the first time that I've heard of the UK doing some pretty amazing medical research and stuff like that. So, this is amazing, right? I mean, this
Yeah,
is
no, it's great. So the first symptoms of Huntington's disease tend to appear in your 30s or 40s, and is normally fatal within 2 decades. But they've achieved a 75% slowing of clinical progression.
there's something else they did like in the last year or two, um, that was maybe it was cancer related, but yeah, they're those doctors out there, those scientists doing good work. So I can't imagine how many people this affects worldwide. I'm obviously not 0%, right? So this is going to have an incredible impact on the, well,
Yeah, approximately 75,000 people have Huntington's disease in the UK, US and Europe, with hundreds of thousands carrying the mutation, meaning they'll develop the disease.
wow. I bet you there's a lot of people crying in joy today.
Absolutely.
For
So
that.
this is a rare bit of good news. I saw this on the Uplifting News subreddit, which I subscribe to, and it's good. Good for a nice break from all the horror that's happening. Like you can see, like the breakthroughs in science that are made, like an HIV-ending drug could be made for just $25 per patient a year. That's nice. Yeah.
Hey, hope is a weapon, and hope is our weapon, and we got to sharpen that bitch up. What else we got? We got, of course, the football. Rihanna, what does she got? Has she got an album coming out? Maybe, I don't know. The Wicked movie trailer dropped. I can't wait to see that. James Comey, we're going to talk about him. We got Zion Williamson losing some weight. He's a pretty outstanding basketball player, but everybody's always been on him about his weight. But he's like 7 foot tall, 300 pounds, but moves really well. And but all that size and weight, physics is real. So he's suffered like lower body injuries. Yeah.
Alabama Grijalva, that's another feel good story. She is a member of the Democratic Party who won the Arizona 7th Congressional District. So she's the representative elect from there. Seems to have reasonably progressive politics. She's not a Democratic socialist, but she's the daughter of Raul Grijalva, who died earlier this year.
Yeah, he was the previous seat holder, right?
Yes.
And she is the vote that can put the Epstein files over the top. So we will see how that goes, though. As long as no Republicans defect, they've got the votes.
Yeah, and she's on the right side of the Palestinian question as well.
Outstanding.
So she tried to change some language in a resolution about Israel to include language including support for the population of Palestine. The language was rejected, but she still tried. And during a debate, she accused Israel of committing genocide in Palestine. So
she's got eyeballs.
Yeah. So she's a reasonably progressive voice from Arizona. and not a dim sock, but still somebody that we can be glad won.
Absolutely. Like we'll take our progress where we can get it. Be it in the community, in the state, on the national level, it all adds up. What country you want to look at today? Denmark? I don't know.
Let's look at Denmark.
All right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, Denmark.
What made you think of Denmark?
Well, Denmark, we're going to talk about in a little bit, but the drones, and there's been a couple days of drones shutting down their airports over there.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm guessing Lufthaven is probably the Danish word for airport.
Yes, because, yeah, exactly. That's the place, Eilborg. So that's up there.
Lufthaven. I don't know any Danish.
That's good enough.
I'll pronounce it like it's German, and that will offend them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what a Lingby fuck is, but that's something. Probably a football club. Yeah.
Probably that would be my guess. I was going to guess it's a football club.
What else we got? Oh, Tottenham and Doncaster. Oh, betting. It's Bet365 sports betting. Oh man, it's all over the world. Those little betting apps that are designed to, if you start winning on it, they start like stop letting you use it, which is, good way. Just like a casino kicks you out, right?
Yep. For doing math in your head.
Mm-hmm. Cheater. Being able to use numbers. Right? What else we got? People checking flight radar. Oh, some golf fans. Oh, Disney Plus is even over there. Are these going to be American? Yeah, these are U.S. When I highlight it, I was hoping to get Danish news articles, but clearly Google doesn't have their shit together. And Rihanna's trending over here too.
She had her third baby. That's why she's trending.
Oh, well, good for her.
She had a baby girl.
Well, that baby will want for nothing in life, and I'm very happy for that little baby.
Yep.
And ASAP Rocky, that's who she's married to.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, what else we got over here? Oh, we've got our good friend Zach D Films is in the number 2 slot today. Cardi B up at the 1.
He was a Bernie supporter. She's a Bernie girl.
Oh shit! Oh no shit! Okay, all right.
Didn't Cardi B endorse Bernie?
I think you might be right. All right. We need to get her to join the DSA. Yeah. So we got all these categories. You want to? I've been picking categories. You want to pick a category?
I don't know. I always want to know what's in news and politics.
Well, let's hit that one first. Gunfire over Trump banner from 5 days ago. I've not heard about this.
I haven't either.
We're gonna look. Is it there?
Trump banner belonging to Thomas's 87-year-old mother, one of many on the
Okay, that's enough. He shot somebody taking his banner. Yeah. Okay. Worth it. What else we got? Let's get back to it. There we go. The Balloon d'Or. You know what that is?
I don't.
That's a number one football player.
Uh,
For I swear, like almost 15, 20 years, it was just between like Ronaldo and Messi, and now they're on the decline as every you know uh, athlete gets at some point. And we got new folks winning it, but it was pretty crazy. It was literally like almost every other year, but I think Messi edged. Uh, uh,
and it's
did I say
called
Ronaldo? Yeah,
the
Balloon
Ballon
d'Or.
d'Or. That means golden
Yeah,
ball.
right.
So
I bet you. I wonder. Yeah. Wonder if Trump will try to steal one of these too, just like he stole the FIFA club championship trophy.
I didn't hear about
Yeah.
this. What?
So the FIFA club, so like not like the World Cup, but like the club cup. So all the different clubs from around the world came and played in the U.S. for a tournament. So it's like Manchester United and Bayern Munich and all these different clubs from around the world that made it into the tournament. Well, they were doing like a couple days before the last match. The president of FIFA was there and like showed him the trophy, and like he took the trophy, which you're not supposed to do because the dude literally said like only the president of FIFA and the players can touch the trophy. And he took the trophy, and then he kept the trophy, and they had to have another because I guess they had a backup just in case, right? Smart folks have backups, and they had to give the backup to the team that won. So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Out of his fucking mind, dude. Oh, did you happen to see the memorial service for Mr. Kirk?
I saw parts of it. I watched a bit of Erica Kurt's comments. I watched Stephen Miller's comments, and I watched a couple of other people just to see what they were saying. And yeah,
Yeah. There's an interesting blowback to this whole ceremony that I saw, like from obviously I didn't take a survey, but just anecdotally, a lot of MAGA folks didn't like it more than
what was their complaint?
So they thought that she seemed inauthentic, that it seemed fake and rehearsed and not a memorial, and like they didn't like Stephen Miller, and they're like he is so hateful. They didn't like Trump, like them hugging, and didn't like Trump's speech and talking about hate again. And yeah, and there's but beyond that, there was also a lot of stuff that is like, oh, everybody's starting to look at Erica Kirk and her life, and like there's stuff about like she started as a pageant girl at the age of 17, and like I think it was one of Trump's pageants that she won at or something, and then she was a real estate agent for a place that worked with Epstein, and like she started a nonprofit for like kids in Romania, and there appears to be human trafficking issues related to that. And and she met Charlie in Israel, so they're like, oh, she was a Israeli honeypot
What?
Yeah. So
Give me a break.
yeah.
Well, I think there's a significant number of MAGA people who are misogynistic enough that they're not going to accept a woman in charge of this organization. And they're going to come up with reasons why they just can't deal with her.
Well, that there is that there's this YouTuber knitting cult lady. She's pretty decent. She's pretty sharp. And but she was like, I told y'all they were gonna pick a woman, and they did. But with that, cultivating hundreds of years of misogyny might not work for them to have picked her. You know what I mean? To keep the thing together. And it appears that JD Vance is trying to leverage the situation to get the Turning Points people start his little cult army. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but there are fractures. There's fractures in the right occurring almost daily for a variety of reasons. Epstein and farmers and the immigration stuff. Like, people are like, I didn't think it was going to be like this, and there's continuing fractures in the right. Will the Democrats be able to take advantage of that with policies for the working class instead of being bootlickers for their billionaire donors? We shall see. We shall see.
That would be the smart play, but they would rather win on their own terms than win by embracing a leftist platform. Like, they'd rather lose than embrace the left.
Yeah.
And I think they've proven that over and over again. And people like Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are lost causes. Like, you'll never change their politics.
Yeah. Yeah. That was another thing is, what is it? You see Harris's endorsement of Mamdani.
It was pretty. My understanding is that she says she endorses the Democrat in the race and didn't mention
Yes, dog.
Right. So that is some weak sauce. That is a weak sauce endorsement. I guess it's better than what other Democrats have done, which has been nothing. But still, like, the disrespect is clear.
Yeah, and then she's calling Trump a communist dictator.
Right.
Man, it is fucking crazy how the Democrats and the Republicans, how they invoke the word communist.
Her dad is a Marxist scholar. She should know better.
Yeah. I mean, if she just said dictator, but she said communist dictator. That man is not a communist.
Not a communist. Right-wing authoritarianism. Homegrown right-wing authoritarianism. Yeah. Of the sort that America has been known for since the beginning.
Of course, Tylenol causes autism now, which is good to know. If you, I pop a couple pills and my headache goes away and I'm autistic for 4 hours or whatever the half-life is for Tylenol. And we got more stuff. Holman on video getting a bag of $50K from the FBI.
Wow. I saw the news about that. Yeah. Anybody else would have been drummed out of office already.
Yeah. This is still 2 weeks later. This is number 10. Bill Mayer torches left's reaction to Charlie Kirk assassination.
I'm not a big fan of Bill Maher either. I
Oh
don't like
God!
any of the right wing, or I don't. Well, I guess he's not right wing, but I don't like any of the late night talk show hosts.
Well, I think he's right wing because I mean, he claims he's a liberal, but we know that still means right wing,
I mean,
right?
it's right wing compared to me for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I couldn't sleep the other night, and I'm guessing looked like like a Thai YouTuber reposted his video. So I watched his show the other night, and he had Tom Homan on, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And yeah, it's like I invite. He's like, I invite all the left wingers on, and nobody ever comes, but you right wingers always come on my show. Like, oh, I wonder, uh, yeah. But yeah, that's what's going on in trend. Well, one more little space to check. We got. I do not know why Wolverine is trending.
There's a video game coming out.
Oh, okay. Of course, we know about Rihanna, and
I
then
don't
there's
know
like
about that. I just
there is
have
a.
to see an ad for it.
Normally, this is filled up with English, right?
Yeah,
But today, this is filled up with what looks to be a lot of Japanese
that is Japanese.
and
What is the
is
current
that
time?
Arabic? Oh God!
Well, it's the Arabic. It's the Arabic alphabet, but it could be not Arabic language. It's 10:30 in Japan.
So 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And then more Japanese. So a lot of Japanese. Oh, how was your Rosh Hashanah / Rapture?
Oh, it was great. Yeah. We blow the shofar. We send it into the sky. It was great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the fake rapture stuff. You really hope that the people that push that would at least publicly apologize and maybe say, "Hey, don't take me serious in the future." Like that Joseph guy, I think his name was, is basically
Yeah, he's like a black South African preacher man, ain't he?
Yeah, I can't remember his surname. It's like Maleka or something like that.
But yeah, which is interesting. All these white Christians, like listen to this black preacher out in South Africa. It's curious how that worked.
Well, they're curious for the rapture, or they're eager for the rapture, I guess. But
Yeah, maybe we should start. What's today? I don't know. Let's try to get the rapture going for Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I don't want any part of that. Like I read stories about people selling their homes and doing other things.
Yeah, no, it gets messed up. It gets messed up with what people like, and
they expected
their kids, and it's yeah.
But the Feast of Trumpets is officially over in Israel, so it's come and gone. It doesn't look like the rapture is happening this year. But of course, they'll claim it's going to happen next year, and they won't miss a beat. But it does enormous harm to Christianity. Like, not only the people who get caught up, the gullible people who get caught up in it, but like when you talk about the Christian witness in the world, like people think, oh, who wants to be associated with those people? They're gullible idiots.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't mind, uh, maybe picking up a nice guitar that somebody wanted to get rid of or something like that. Maybe we start Rapture Marketplace for folks.
All right, there you go. Well, I'd give you my guitar because I'd never play it, except it's a left-handed guitar.
Oh man, you just
I'm
string it
left-handed.
upside down.
Yeah, it's the strings are backwards because I am left-handed.
Right. So all right. So we're done with the trends. A little long, but worth it. Where are we at now? Let's see. We're gonna talk about the shooting at the ICE facility. Still developing news, but there's already a lot about this. Like I said,
Yeah, this is an unfortunate situation. So apparently, 3 detainees were killed by the shooter.
Yes, that's what I like. At first, it was reported that 2 were killed and 1 was injured, and now it's 3 are killed and 1 is injured.
Wow. So he shot 3 detainees. So if he was an anti-ICE shooter,
4.
yeah. So he shot 4 detainees and no ICE agents. So if he was an anti-ICE shooter, I mean, what was he? You wonder what he was thinking. But apparently, they did recover gun casings that had anti-ICE written on them.
Yeah, it looked like 1 bullet on a clip with anti-ice written on it, which is also weird. It's been pointed out that that's weird.
That is strange. That's not what an anti-ICE person would say. It's like
that's exactly right.
Do you remember a few years ago when some right-wing schmo wrote Black's Rule in spray paint on his garage and claimed that Black Lives Matter had tagged his car in his home?
Black's Rule.
Black's Rule, like that's what it said. It's like that's not what they would write.
Well, I think Nancy Mace may have done a little kayfabe herself. I seem to remember that she reported her garage getting sprayed. Maybe that's what it was. Was that the same incident?
No, it was a different incident, but I remember somebody sprayed an anti-abortion message on either Nancy Mace's or somebody's, and it was not what an anti-abortionist or a pro-abortionist would say. It was completely wrong.
Yeah, and
so
go ahead.
Yeah, so a single bullet with blue Sharpie that says anti-ICE on it. I'm not one given to conspiracy theories, and I tend to take the news at face value, but I'm pretty skeptical of this.
Yeah.
Especially since the source is Kash Patel.
Yeah. Right.
Like that is not like anti-ICE. That's not what we would say. We might write F-ICE on it.
Yeah. Or abolish ICE.
Right. Or something like that.
And similar to this is the guy who shot those folks up in Minnesota. He had a stack of napkins and he wrote he had looked like 30, 40 napkins in his car, but wrote no kings on 6 of the napkins. Oh, hey, solidarity, Uncle Warren. He had a show on earlier. I didn't get to see it because I was prepping, but he had an interview today with somebody, and you can check out his site, his channel. There we go. But yeah, the kayfabe involved with right wingers trying to blame it on the left. Yeah. And of course, there's a high motivation for the current regime to spin anything they can to onto the left.
Absolutely. So they can justify crackdowns and other horrible policies. So I'm pretty skeptical of this. Like I said, I tend to read the news at face value, and I tend to not get caught up in conspiracy theories. But this does seem a bit odd to me. And like it wasn't scratched onto the bullet; it was written with a blue Sharpie. Which easily could have been done by Kash Patel. So
yeah, I don't think he was at the scene. I don't think he did. Did he make it to the scene that fast?
no, probably not. But I'm just saying, like somebody could have written
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. And that's the folks out there that a lot of folks think that too. Everybody saw it and was like, I thought it like. I immediately thought, oh, somebody grabbed a Sharpie and wrote that on there. And it's also like not the first round or the last round. It's like
Right. A single round, randomly chosen, saying something that an anti-ICE person wouldn't say.
Yeah. But there's stuff about him coming out that like people, high school folks he knew in high school were like, he was not political. He liked video games. So there's, that connection with the shooter up in Utah. There was apparently his mom is a liberal anti-gun person. That this all these details are still coming out, so don't quote me on any of it. Oh, what's up? We got an outstanding organizer in the chat. Hey, Bree, thank you for showing up.
Absolutely.
We are talking about that shooting out in Texas with the immigrants, the detainees who were killed. One of them was confirmed to be a Mexican citizen.
Wow.
Like I said, there's details, and apparently they've contacted the Mexican government to try to get in touch with his family out there and stuff like that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, horrible action. No matter the motivation of the shooter, just not. Well, what is this going to accomplish? And meanwhile, 3 people are dead, including the shooter. So, like, he could have spent his life in other kinds of activism that would have been far more productive. And now instead he's dead.
Yeah,
I'm skeptical of the anti-ice bullet.
Well, and there's a rumor that that he started recently attending an evangelical church. There's some other. They talked to his brother, and his brother was like, he was like that. They described him as a registered independent, which, as far as I know, that's not a thing. So, yeah. But his brother described him as not political at all, as well.
So it is a thing in Texas. Public records show. I'm reading from NBC News. Public records show that Joshua John registered as an independent in Oklahoma, and voted in November. So it is a thing in Oklahoma.
That's interesting. That's just weird, right? Registered independent.
It's strange to us in Alabama because we don't register as anything in Alabama. You just show up and vote.
Yeah.
But I'm actually surprised that we don't require registration, and I expect it any year now, because Republicans often complain about Democrats voting in Republican primaries because why would you bother voting in a Democratic primary? So you go vote for the least crazy Republican because they're probably going to win. And I totally understand that.
Yeah, well, that it's not executed well enough. If that's what's happening.
Right. Oh
Of
yeah,
course,
no, not at all. Like the plan is not working, but I understand why people feel tempted to do it.
yeah. That would require a massive organizational lift. You can't just be like, hey, you should maybe do that, and then like that's like the end of it. That's why organizing is so important, is to like just bringing people in a concerted effort onto an objective beyond just like onesies and twosies kind of doing stuff.
Absolutely.
Of course, there's this is a Christy Nome statement here. Our prayers with the families of those killed and our ICE law enforcement. This vile attack was motivated by hatred for ICE. This statement came out like right after the shooting. For months, we've been warning politicians and the media to tone down their rhetoric about ICE law enforcement before someone was killed. This shooting must serve as a wake-up call to the far left that their rhetoric about ICE has consequences. Comparing ICE day in and day out to the Nazi Gestapo, the secret police, and slave patrols has consequences. The men and women of ICE are fathers and mothers, sons and daughters. They get up every morning to try and make our community safer. Like everybody else, we just want to go home to our families at night. Maybe just like the immigrant folks. The violence and dehumanization of these men and women who are simply enforcing the law must stop. We are praying for the victims and their families. There's a lot of bullshit in this,
Yeah,
to
I
say
think
the
I'm gonna
least.
I think I'll continue comparing ICE to the Gestapo and slave patrols and secret
Yeah.
police. And when they take their masks off, maybe I'll stop calling them the secret police.
Yeah. Yeah. It's but she focuses on ICE and it, doesn't say, I don't see one word, we're praying for the victims and their families, but like she didn't identify the victims.
Right.
This is so upside down, trying to make ICE seem like the good guys. Yeah, they are. And that shout out to that law passed out in California to demask ICE. They say they're not going to respect it. So I'm curious to see if the state police or the local police is going to start rounding them up.
Nah, I wouldn't hold my breath. But we'll see.
That would be the next logical thing, right?
Right.
Right.
We'll see what California does.
Yeah. But Ted Cruz, Abbott came out and said, "Oh, it was, in ICE." Ted Cruz, Ted Cruz has like been correct on a few things.
I saw that.
God.
I saw where he was defending Jimmy Kimmel and he said a couple other things like, and here he made instead of praising ICE, he made a very political. I mean, it's kind of an anodyne statement, but it still has to be said. Politically motivated violence needs to stop. I mean, how can you disagree with that?
Yeah.
So, who knows? Who knows what's going on with Ted Cruz? Broken clocks and blind squirrels.
But there's been other incidences at ICE facilities. Apparently, there's someone had a bomb threat. There was an attack a few months ago, and yeah, and another attack in July. But so we shall see. There's much more to come out, and something that you should know with the labeling of World War II veterans as terrorists. Also, if you're a Luigi Mangione supporter, you're in their crosshairs. But the judge, the terrorism charges were thrown out for Mangione's case, and big surprise, judge finds misconduct by Trump's DOJ in the Mangione case. So, judge shredded the DOJ, saying that she issued an order on April specifically identifying the strictures of this rule for counsel and directing the prosecution team to ensure that highest levels of the DOJ, up to including the AG Bondi, were aware of and understood they were bound by this rule. But basically, the way they handled the case is tampering with a fair trial, right?
Wow.
Yeah, Ted Cruz being correct on anything is creepy. Yeah,
Just creepy.
I should tell that story one day.
It's a good story.
But also, I expect extrajudicial courts to come into effect soon, and Trump is trying to prosecute his political enemies, starting with Director Comey. Should be indicted soon in Virginia.
Is it wrong that I have a hard time feeling bad for a former FBI director?
I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, like on his, and especially James Comey, who is the reason Donald Trump became president in the first place. Like, there are lots of reasons why Clinton lost, but I think a big reason why Clinton lost is Comey's remarks right before the election, which turned out to be
horseshit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like I'm this big Hillary Clinton supporter, because obviously I'm not. But like, and then Comey as FBI director, he refused to say, no, Mr. President, I'm not going to be loyal to you. He tried to hide from him in the curtains, like,
oh yeah,
by his own showing. He just acted out of cowardice instead of out of conviction. And now, like, the chickens are coming home to roost on Mr. Comey. I have a hard time. Maybe I should feel bad, because it is, like you're saying, it's representing like an attempt to criminalize your political opponents. But I just have a hard time mustering much sympathy for the head of the FBI. You want to talk about secret police?
When Trump did go after his daughter, get rid of her, because I think I can't remember which cases she was involved in. I think it is J6 cases she was involved in. Got rid of her. Going after, there's a senator he's going after. Damn, I can't remember which senator. But he's also going after Letitia James, but apparently that has failed. And he fired the prosecutor that tried to find something on her for 5 months and looked at all her, she had she has more than one house, and like they're like trying to get her on mortgage fraud and shit like that. So like, immediately, I'm thinking Trump's like, oh, if she's got houses and does mortgages, she cheats like me.
Right. She must be a criminal, because that's what he is. Yeah,
exactly. But they didn't find shit, and he's fired the prosecutor that was going after her. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I guess I should feel bad about the rule of law and all these other things, but like I said, I just, like most leftists, I have not the highest opinion of the FBI, and a man who could rise to the top of that organization, I think, is somebody who probably has wildly different views than I do on civil rights and the right of leftists to exist and be in this country doing what we do.
Yeah. Is a dog for capitalists, right? some more Kirk blowback. The app for outing Charlie Kirk's critics leaked its users' personal data. So I think they vibe coded it with some AI.
That sounds about
And
right.
yeah, and basically, and the site got taken down as well. But yeah, the app known as Cancel the Hate was taken offline and Thursday amid an investigation to a data leak by Straight Arrow News is launched. It would stop the hate or cancel the hate that's an interesting choice of words.
Yeah, I thought
For,
cancel culture was bad. It's okay when they do it.
you know, and it's just, again, trying to find logic with a lot of these folks is impossible.
We do
But
not seek revenge or mob justice. I think that's exactly what you're seeking.
yeah, like you're doxing people, and it's hypocritical, but it's like, you know, just I can't even put into words right now, like how ridiculous they say these things and then they do the opposite of what they say. And it's just across the board with so many of these folks. That's why, like, I'm so surprised by Ted Cruz. Maybe, but see, here's the thing: Ted Cruz is sneaky slick, right? So I think this is him trying to look reasonable, right, to folks, because, like I said, there's cracks in the right that are happening. Because eventually, Trump won't be here anymore for one reason or the other, and there's going to be those folks on the right that want to take his place, which hopefully nobody can muster the same joie de vivre, whatever, that Trump has.
Yeah, just the sheer joy and cruelty and the happiness about owning the left like that. I mean, I think that's very appealing to a lot of MAGA types.
Yeah.
And someone like Cruz is just too slimy to duplicate it.
But he's trying to look reasonable, and he's just, he's a fucking theater kid. Did you hear his Italian mafioso impression?
No.
From,
no. I saw him try to do Simpsons voices once.
Oh yeah. Chef's kiss. It was like, hey, nice bar you got here. Be bad if something happens to it. Well, I swear that was his mafioso.
Yeah, except it was delivered in that Ted Cruz voice.
Yeah. But this the Cancel the Hate was founded by conservative activist Jason Shepard, who is best known for selling fentanyl testing kits with comedian Roseanne Barr, vaccine skeptic Dr. Robert Malone, and right-wing journalist Laura Logan. Website says all reports must include verifiable information about the submitter. Users data was users who submit data on others will not have their own personal details made public. However, a social media style app launched alongside the website appears to have been exposing just that. The flaw in the app, discovered by the security researcher who identifies as Bob the Hacker, enabled the exposure of user information such as email addresses and phone numbers. Although the email addresses included in profile bios by default, seemingly unbeknownst to many of the platform's users, the data could still be exposed even if privacy settings were enabled to keep it hidden. Totally vibe coded.
Wow. Yeah, it was vibe coded with AI or something. Wow.
So,
Well, that's unfortunate.
poor things.
Yep.
Relatedly to networks and networking and the Secret Service traced swatting threats against officials. They found 300 servers capable of crippling New York's cell system. Very nicely done. Look at this. Look at this is tight looking. This is tight looking, right?
Yep.
Very organized. Somebody who's pro. And this is back Christmas Day 2023. Man called suicide prevention hotline claiming he had shot his girlfriend and threatened to kill himself. People barreled toward the address but turned around before they arrived. It was a hoax, a swatting call at Marjorie Taylor Greene's Georgia residence. 5 days later, GOP Senator Rick Scott's home in Florida was swatted. A wave of false alarms about shootings and violence continued to assail high-level government officials. Federal judge overseeing Trump's election subversion case. Then Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley remains Democratic Secretary of State. Within a month of Trump clinching his second electoral win, several of his cabinet picks and administration appointees were also targeted with threats, including calls about bombs and swatting. The threats weren't legitimate. There was no shootings, no violence. Still, the surge of swatting calls against high-ranking officials posed a real and imminent threat to Secret Service protective operations, said Matt McCool. Oh, look at that name. The special agent in charge of New York's field office. So a fledgling unit of the service set out 6 months ago to unmask the layers of burner phones, charging and changing phone numbers and SIM cards, swatting American officials. The Advanced Threat Interdiction Unit, along with a flurry of other law enforcement agencies, DHS, DNI, New York PD, and other state and local law enforcement, began unraveling the web. What they found was an operation apparently capable of chaos far beyond masking swatting calls, potentially disabling cell phone towers, disrupting emergency services, and enabling spies, hackers, and organized crime. The new unit traced the swatting signals to an apartment just outside New York City. They found another rented space. Use tens of thousands of SIM cards. So then more. No one was inside. Instead, they found a vast and stunning network of more than 100,000 SIM cards and 300 SIM servers, the largest seizure ever of such devices by the Secret Service, all concentrated within 35 miles of New York. Servers could be commanded remotely to create massive amounts of phone traffic in a stealthy and unceasing operation that switched out SIM cards quickly to keep federal law enforcement off its trail. The hidden maze was so powerful, it could have sent an encrypted and anonymous text to every human in the United States within 12 minutes. That's pretty good. It could have overwhelmed cell towers, toppling New York's cell service and preventing Manhattan residents from accessing Google Maps. The electronic safe houses were found in places including Armonk, New York, Greenwich, Connecticut, Queens, New York, and across the river in New Jersey, essentially forming a circle around New York City's cellular network infrastructure. Secret Service hasn't announced any arrests. Woo! Any arrests connected to the operation, but as early forensics analysis suggests, foreign governments and criminals in the U.S. have used the network to run their organizations. That includes cartels, human traffickers, terrorists. It's absolutely well-funded and well-organized. Network has been taken down and is no longer a threat, but McCool added, it would be unwise to think that there's not other networks across the country. It's now working to identify similar networks, potential for disruption of our country's telecommunications, acetaminophen, Tylenol, telecommunications
Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Yeah, sorry.
posed by this network of devices cannot be overstated. So yeah, it is pretty bad, and the fact that they have no arrests is pretty amazing. And I, boy, could we speculate on this. But yeah, I mean, we are unprofessional, so we get to speculate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we've got a government agency possible, and non-government right? That's you can flip a coin. One of those two is what I feel, right? What else is it going to be?
Right. I mean, it was either organized crime or a foreign government or both.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is the targeting of Democrats and Republicans to, right? Like, who has the motivation to do that? I would say that would point towards a government body, but since they couldn't arrest nobody with 4 damn houses, they still ain't found nobody. I'm very interested to see who they find, if they find anybody. Yeah. Because if they don't find anybody, I would point that even more towards a government performing this stuff, right? Not to say that organized crime can't be that slick, but my intuition tells me that it might be a government body that executed this. And speaking of governments, we're already at an hour. Normally there's been some drones, a lot of drones flying. A drone flyover over Copenhagen airport prompts concerns that Russia was behind it. We got unidentified drones shut down airspace in Copenhagen on Monday, prompting concerns that Russia could be behind the flyover after Scandinavia's largest airport. There's no indication that operators of 2 to 3 drones intended to cause harm, and the drones disappeared after several hours. The incident caused a major disruption. While it's not immediately clear who's behind the flyover, Denmark's Prime Minister and NATO Secretary General said that Russia's involvement couldn't be ruled out. And now Denmark, already on the edge because of its proximity to Russia, will join a group of frontline countries Friday to discuss the European Union's plan for a drone wall. This is the most serious attack on Danish critical infrastructure to date. Mark Rutte, NATO SecGen, said it's too early to say whether Russia was involved. While look how measured that is. Like, they want to say Russia, and with the incursions into Poland and wasn't there another country? Was it Estonia? Maybe, I can't remember. There's been several incursions by confirmed Russian drones into other countries along the Russian border. But they, unlike our folks at the DOJ and whatever, saying, "Oh, it's as soon as something happens, it's the left wing." They're being measured in their analysis. or actually doing analysis. But they're taking it serious. They chose not to shoot down because of risks of passengers and whatnot. But they called the operators a capable actor and said they seemed intent on showing off their skills and possibly practicing their techniques. Drones lights repeatedly turned on and off appear to engage in different flight patterns. It all indicates that you are not out to attack anyone, but you are out to show off and maybe to practice. So that to me indicates somebody fucking around, right? Rather than Russia.
Possibly.
But drones in Norway in the same evening in Oslo forced traffic to move to one runway. Said nothing was linked to Oslo and the Copenhagen incidents. And there's heightened security concerns in Northern Europe against a Russian aggression. Tuesday, NATO warned Russia that it will use all means to defend against any further breaches of its airspace after downing earlier this month Russian drones over Poland and Estonia. Damn, I got it right. Estonia. Of an intrusion of Russian fighter jets. And we see a clear pattern. Russia is testing the European borders, also probing our resolve and undermining our security throughout. And to be clear, Russia has been engaged in hybrid warfare for a while now, probably even before the invasion of Ukraine. You know, another little article, the linking it to hybrid attacks across Europe. Sightings of 2 or 3 large drones near Copenhagen. This is much. I'm trying to see if everything. Okay, hybrid attacks. Western security agents have in recent years said hybrid threats, particularly from Russia, have become increasingly aggressive. Such threats include physical sabotage of critical infrastructure to disinformation campaigns, suspected espionage, and cyber attacks. Moscow has denied it. But yeah, it's hot over there. It's hot across that pond. And yeah, that's what's going on. I think Trump came out and said that Ukraine could he's now back on Ukraine's side, saying that Ukraine could win back their territory plus more. Yeah, did you hear that?
I did not.
Oh yeah. Zelensky made a speech at the UN, calling out the UN to do more than just like pieces of paper. And he also mentioned Palestine and Sudan and some other place. But yeah, so how's that for a segue? A segue into the UN. Did you watch this speech? Did you watch any of this that was going on at the UN with Trump and everything else?
I read the transcript. I didn't watch the speech.
Oh my God, you read the transcript?
Yeah.
How did you read his transcript, dude?
I just read the transcript. I didn't feel like watching him, so I just read the transcript and did the best impression of him I could in my head. He's very upset about the escalator. He had to walk up the stairs. He had to walk up half a flight of stairs, and he complained about it quite a bit.
Yeah, another thing was it Caroline Levitt's like whoever did this needs to be prosecuted to this highest level. So apparently, apparently there was a Secret Service agent who sprinted up the stairs ahead of him because that makes sense, right? You put your security people out ahead of you, right?
Nah.
Well, that triggers an automatic stoppage for the escalator. It has like a sensor that stops the escalator because it considers it an emergency situation if it senses somebody sprinting up the stairs or up the
Wow.
escalator. So, I guess that dude is going to be shit canned. I don't know.
So Trump has said it was sabotage. He's demanded an investigation into the triple sabotage of the escalator and the teleprompter that didn't work.
Also, his people are in charge of the teleprompter when he gives his speech. What's the triple thing? What's the third thing that upset him? Did he get a bad fucking McDonald's meal? He wants to fire some employee from McDonald's.
I'm reading the article, but I'm not seeing the third thing. The escalator and this is triple sabotage at the UN, but I can't see the third thing. This was absolutely sabotage, he continued, referencing a report in the London Times over the weekend that UN staffers had joked about turning off escalators and elevators for Trump's arrival. The people that did it should be arrested.
No, they should get a Medal of Freedom, dude. What are you talking about?
So yeah, you're gonna arrest people. Assuming that what he's saying is true, it wasn't just his Secret Service agent triggered the emergency response to the escalator, and his own people goofed the teleprompter. Assuming it was somebody turned off the escalator like as a prank, like you shouldn't get arrested for that.
No, it's what crime have you committed? What crime? The crime of making his fat ass walk up a fucking flight of stairs,
right?
With his fat ass ankles. And here's the thing: literally right next to him was another fucking escalator. Literally right next to him. Like all he had to do if he really wanted to not walk is get on the escalator next to him. But
I found the third thing.
Oh God, what is it?
While the teleprompter eventually started working, Trump said he was told after his remarks that the sound was completely off in the auditorium where the speech was made. That world leaders, unless they used the interpreter's earpieces, couldn't hear a thing.
So he was only supposed to talk for 15 minutes and he rambled for an hour.
Well, it's kind of like us, right?
Yeah, well, we don't our standards of y'all's expectations should be much lower.
Right. That's true. That's very true.
But we shall ramble on and we're almost done. I do believe. But some highlights. The teleprompter malfunction. Trump claiming he ended 7 wars. Apparently some journalists were texted by UN officials that do people not realize he is barking mad, I think was the term. Some barking mad tells me that's UK, right? That's UK.
Yeah. That sounds like a UK term, yeah. Unless it was somebody speaking UK English.
That's fair because, a lot of Europeans, they learn the British style of speak.
Well, they might pick up
the same slang, exactly. He pushes back on countries who recognize the Palestinian state, which there's around 150 now, I believe.
Including Canada and France.
Yeah, Canada. This week alone, Britain, Canada, Australia, Portugal, and France all formally recognize a Palestinian state. Also, have you seen in Italy what's happening?
No.
Oh, goodness. They have 75 cities taken to the streets, a general strike, blockage of ports, all calling on the government to cut all ties with Israel.
Wow.
And they are serious. They are very serious. And there's the dock workers a couple weeks ago basically said if anything happens to that flotilla, which is also came under attack 7 times, I think, so far. And that they're going to shut shit down, and that's what's happening. So this is how things go, right? Like, it's not like the movies where like everything happens all at once and like everything comes together, nice, neat bow. Things go in stages and steps, and we are seeing this happen. And it's, you look at the polls, say this a lot, even Republicans are tired of Israel shit. A super majority of Democratic voters are tired of Israel shit. It's just the working class here doesn't have a lot of power, and the APAC lobby and whatnot. But things are progressing, do we wish it would go faster? Of course. Trump says Europe needs to step it up against Russia. Said if Russia does not end its invasion, he is prepared to impose a strong and powerful tariffs, which, still hasn't, of all the fucking tariffs, he still hasn't tariffed Russia. Amazing. He tells other countries they're going to hell over migration, which the West is created by a combination of issues. Yeah. And Trump described climate change as the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world. And also, last little thing, he got the tariffs on Brazil because of his buddy Jair Bolsonaro is locked the fuck up after trying to coup the Brazilian government. And Lula's a socialist, is he not?
He is, yes.
Yeah.
He's been at it for a while too.
Yeah, they just announced like $145 billion to indigenous folks in Brazil to help maintain the sanctity of the land. So that's good.
No, so back in the 70s, Brazil had a military junta that was in charge of things, and Lula led general strikes against them.
Woo!
So he's been at it for a while.
So there's another little article. This has some repeats in it, but a couple different things. The migration stuff again, climate change con job. The weather comes for everybody. No major shift on Ukraine or Gaza until after the speech. He lamented the growing momentum for a two-state solution this week as a reward for Hamas, reaffirming calls for a ceasefire and end the conflict. which we could end if you just didn't send any weapons. I think another 8 billion got allocated for Israel right before Congress got out of session. They passed something like 6 laws for Israel in the last week or so, like while all this Charlie Kirk stuff was going on. You know, they came together on that, didn't they? But he acknowledged that ending the war in Ukraine has been more difficult than he expected, saying his good relationship with Putin hasn't translated into effective peace negotiations. But instead of directing his ire toward Moscow, Trump berated European nations for the continuing purchase of Russian energy products. I mean, that's kind of a fair point. So, yeah. And we got broken equipment. Going off script, which kind of talked about already. So, yeah. All in all, what a week.
Yeah.
What a week. And it's only been 3 days since we talked last.
Right.
But where are we at? Is it over here? But you know, something that I love is Popeyes. Do you like Popeyes?
I'm a vegan, so no.
Damn it. I keep forgetting you're a goddamn vegan, dude.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good.
Well, you know what?
I'm a vegan, so no.
No, so on Hot Ones, so I tried every item in Popeyes Hot Ones collab, and one nearly broke me. They do vegan wings for when the vegan folks come on to eat.
Oh, that's
So
cool. Like cauliflower wings or something?
Something like that. I don't know exactly, but I want to eat all this. So, it's already available. So I need to,
We should do Hot Ones.
So
So Buffalo Wild Wings has cauliflower wings because I found out because I went with a friend to Buffalo Wild Wings. I thought, oh, I just want to eat, but it turns out they had cauliflower wings. Then I got the mango habanero spice, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, the mango habanero is nice. I like that one. Normally, I get something like that, or if I don't do like a dry rub, and then like get the super hot stuff on the side, and enjoy a few wings, and then punish myself then and for later, dipping into the hot stuff. Yeah. But they got round 1 sizzling sriracha dippers. Round 2, huh?
And they call that mild. That sounds hot to me.
Smoking Rojo chicken sandwich. The Darren Dab ghost wings. I like ghost pepper.
I also enjoy ghost peppers. I love spicy food.
Yeah. And then the last dab. The last dab is their signature sauce that they make. So I'll be able to give me some last dab. Gave it a 3 out of 10. Hot Ones garlic pickle, pickled garlic sriracha.
I wonder if it'd be nice if it gave the Scoville rating.
That's a good point. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. The Hot Ones Los Calientes Rojo. The Darren Dab Ghost Wings. Gave it an 8 out of 10. And then the last dab made with Pepper X and Carolina Reaper.
Wow.
An 11 out of 10. Woo. So yeah, and you $64.
Wow.
God damn. Man, I guess I'll only be eating like one thing at Popeyes because I definitely ain't ordering this shit. And I love me some hot sauce. And I had some.
hot sauce.
I found like it was at Walmart and they had all these hot sauces for $1. And man, if I'd known, because I bought this curry hot sauce that they had, oh my God, it was so good. And they don't even carry that brand anymore because I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll buy it at full price. But they had like extra ones. I wish I'd gone back that night. But $1 for a bottle of hot sauce, you can't really go wrong with that. But yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess that's about it. There's more we could talk about. Magic the Gathering's got new sets out.
Oh yeah, is it Spider-Man?
They're doing Nickelodeon collaboration. They're doing Avatar collab, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Avengers. So they're doing a lot of fun stuff. Now that they like branch out beyond their universe now, so that's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, they've done all kinds of stuff like Doctor Who and Final Fantasy and Lord of the Rings and probably some other stuff I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I think if I could do like if I didn't play poker professionally, I would love to play Magic professionally. I think
I've played Magic a few times. I'm just not very good at it.
it's well, having the right cards helps.
Oh yeah.
But there's some crazy ass decks. Like I played on, like I haven't played in months, but on Arena, like I played this against this one deck. It was like it's one of those engine decks where like they get their like 2 or 3 cards out there and like they can create like infinite loops. It's like it was wild. I was just
like that.
Like I literally sat there not moving for like 10 minutes while they did their loop over and over again. I'm thinking to myself, dude, you beat me like 9 minutes ago. Why are you still doing this?
Right.
But I let them continue because I wasn't gonna withdraw. I'm like, all right, you want to keep fucking doing this shit? Maybe it'll disconnect or something, and I don't take an L. But yeah, my favorite is draft. I love draft.
I'm no good at drafts. I tried drafting a few times. I'm just not good at it.
There's some like bread is what they call it. So there's first you got to know the set, right? And if you know the set, then you know the bread, which is bombs. So you know the bomb ass cards in the set. Which is basically if you get that card down, you can win the game, right? R removal. So like, anything that kills creatures or whatever might be prevalent in that set. Because some sets are like have a lot of enchantments or whatever. And then E evasion. And that's like flying stuff or can't be blocked and shit like that, right? For creatures. And then one BREA. What the fuck's A? Damn it. I can't remember the last 2 letters. But I think the last letter is like basically filler. But yeah. They got a lot of
aggro.
Aggro, thank you.
And D is dud, drag or dirt.
Yes. Which is like stuff you have to play because you couldn't draft anything better. But yeah, there's another, like I said, another Marvel set and whatever. So I need to play more games. I'm trying to I'm trying to play more guitar. I haven't played in a few days. I'm trying to I'm trying to find some joy in this world instead of just doom scrolling and reading the fucking news all day.
No, I'm trying to take a similar tactic. Only I'm like getting more into religion, I find. So like trying to walk away from politics every once in a while and focus on something that matters a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not a person who experiences much joy. And my attempts to have fun have sort of been like, yeah, okay, what's the point of this?
Yeah, I would say I suffer from anhedonia as well.
Yeah, I got the medication for it and everything.
Yeah. What is that? Is that they give you cocaine?
No,
that shit works.
I take. Well, I don't want to go into the details of the medicine.
No, you ain't got to go into a dog. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean, man. I have a hard time finding joy in things, which sucks because there's a lot of things to be joyful about. But I do find joy in organizing, folks. I find that incredibly uplifting, and it's a blessing and a privilege to be able to take part in that stuff. But yeah, we were light on the chats tonight. A couple folks showed up, and we appreciate that. And anybody out there watching, like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all those things. Red Mike, you got anything else for tonight?
Just to remember that the state of Alabama is planning on executing Jeffrey West tomorrow. And if you haven't called Governor Kay Ivey to ask her to commute the sentence to life without parole, if that's what she feels like is the next best option, I would appreciate it if you did so.
Yeah. There's events coming up. Tomorrow is Huntsville City Council. They're doing the budget for the year, and we mentioned on the last show some dates of things that's going down. Organize students, tenants, and workers in your community, and so we can build across the state. And if you're not going to join DSA, join another organization in your area that's already doing work. So yeah, I think that's about it for tonight, folks. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for sharing your time with us, because we know it's finite, and you could be doing a whole lot of other things. And yeah, as we like to say around here, all the power to all the people. We the people break our chains together. Solidarity forever, y'all.
Solidarity forever.